I'm here now with Mabel Harned, who is also with the group here with the Nelson County Extension Homemakers, and we're going to talk about the Kentucky Extension Homemakers Association, of which you're a member, correct?
Yes. Yes, 50 years. So.
Oh, wow.
Right.
So have you been part of this particular club for 50 years?
Yes. My mother was in it, and then we had three, well, we got 2 generations here today because my niece is here, but my grandmother was in it at one time. I was in this same club, and my mother, we were all 3 in at one time. Oh, wow. So, yeah, there's a history there.
Now, is this the oldest club in the county, or do you know?
It is one of the oldest clubs. And we did have charter members, but they've all passed away. But yes, our club was one of the oldest clubs. We had Humphrey, Woodlawn, and Bardstown, I think, was what it was. Anyway, there was 3 of them, and they met, and we were too large of a group, so they split up, and that's how I became with Humphrey. But I've served in all the positions of this local club. And what we have is the local, and then you go to the area, which there's 8 counties in our area, Lincoln Trail area, and then we go on to the state level. Okay. And then from there, National Volunteer Outreach Network, and then the Associated Country Women of the World.
Oh, wow.
And those NVON and ACWW is part of that acronym that they accuse me of throwing around. But hey, those are my organizations, and I'm very proud of them.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So are you a member of all the various different levels?
Yes, and every person here is a member of all of those by virtue of being a Humphrey Homemaker. We're also, then we have membership in all of these others. So. The umbrella groups, and they are the different organizations, but yet they're the one and the same. Country Women of the World is the largest organization in the world, and it's women. But we also have men in our clubs, and I'm not sure Nelson County may have. Georgia, I have to look at her to tell. Lois probably could have told you, if we did have members, men who had membership. I know we have had, but I'm not sure about right now. But but they are all connected, and I've been president of the local, the county, the area, the state, and then of the National Volunteer, which we are a part of National Volunteer Outreach Network. I've been vice president. So.
And that's the worldwide organization.
That's the nationwide.
Sorry. Okay.
And then, but no, countrywide, nah. Yeah, that's a little. But anyway, I have thoroughly enjoyed it.
Now, I think you were saying before, when I was here at the last meeting, and we were talking about doing this program, that you've had the opportunity to travel around the world through this organization. Is that correct?
Right, because with National Volunteer Outreach Network, there's 8 states in this organization, and we travel to each one of those states. Will host a convention every year. Kentucky will have it one year, West Virginia, and then go on North Carolina. So we have 8. And we have an opportunity to travel there. But I've also being in this national, I've had the opportunity then to travel in the different countries of the world. I've been the first one I went to was Canada, and then Australia. We went to the Tasmania, the little island off of Australia.
Were you a devil? Tasmanian devil?
You know what?
Looney Tunes.
Hey, that's fine. No, but I'm going to tell you, we did not see a Tasmanian devil until we went to New Zealand.
Okay.
Right. So, in Tasmania, no, we did not see any of those. We see, and then my sister and I, we were there for 9 days in Tasmania, and then we did a tour of Australia and New Zealand. We were gone 30 days. Wow. So yes, there is travel involved. We went to Finland, Turku, Finland, and then we did we had a tour, we were on a cruise then of the Baltic seaport capitals. We were in Russia for 2 days, visited Russia 2 days, the different one around the Baltic Sea.
Oh, wow.
So, yes.
So what's been your favorite place that you visited through this organization?
Australia, New Zealand. Oh, and there's a toss-up there because New Zealand is prettier, I think. You see a lot of beautiful scenery there, but Australia, we did more things there. So, but I've enjoyed it all. And then United States hosted one of the triennials that we had. We didn't go to the last one. There's another one coming up in 2019 back in Australia, and
Somebody going?
and age permitting and health and all of this, yes, I will plan on going.
So the Homemakers, we think of like a local organization, but obviously it has lots of layers, as you're saying. What's kind of the mission or the purpose of the organization for all these international and national groups?
The improvement of women, mainly women and children, because that is our main focus. I think you may have heard some of it talked in here. We look after the children. We try to help them. So it's for the betterment of our communities, but also to help the women worldwide.
And since you've been a member of this organization for 50 years, what would you say is your favorite part of the group and organization?
I could say eating, but let's don't go there. We have the food here today, but no, I think the fellowship that comes through an organization like this, you get to know people, you know them so much better, and you think about them more often. So, yes.
And fellowship, fantastic. And they're having fellowship here today. As we said, it's International Day. So before we finish up, you did bring a dish for International Day.
Yes.
What did you bring?
It was an Australian dish, and it's called shears, and that's the sheep shears. Mince, I had to stop and think. Shears, mince, and potato hot pot.
Okay, very good. And you picked the Australia because you've been there?
Yes.
Fantastic. Did you have it when you were over there? Do you remember?
I'm not positive, but probably would have because we went in the outback and we had a meal out there that they prepared for us while we were there. So I'm thinking maybe, that we did have some of that there. It would be similar to, look at her.
That's the fellowship part.
Cut that one off.
Oh, I'm going to leave it.
Okay, I don't care. No,
That's
they would expect something like that from me anyway. But yes, that's the fellowship. If I'd have known, I'd have done her the same way. But no, well, we were talking about
You were talking about your dish from
the dish, right? And I had not made it before, but hey, I thought it was pretty good myself, even though I made it.
I tried it. It was very good.
Yes. But I know Melanie made some, and I think she talked about the Anzac cookies that she made. And when we had this last year, I wasn't able to be here, but I had prepared my cookies. Okay. The same thing that she had chosen. So that's a popular thing, and she gave more history on that. I'm not sure on the whether we would have had the sheep shears, mince, and potato potluck or hot pot or not. I don't know.
Right.
We did have over in Australia and New Zealand, pavlova. Okay. Do you know what I'm?
Yes.
Okay. And I thought about making that for today, but it's a little more time consuming than what I did.
But what you made was very good.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you again. I've been talking with
We appreciate what you're doing for the
Absolutely.
homemakers.
Happy to get the word out.
All right.
Been talking with Mabel Harned. This has been Gary White for Channel 6 Television.